Travis, my
How's
man,
it
what's
going?
up? How are you? Welcome to the Coach and Player magazine video blog. You are now, I guess, our second guest. We just had Chris Franklin on who wrote the article on you. So, welcome.
Hey, happy to be here.
Cool. So, first off, Coach and Player magazine, it's for serious athletes, coaches that want to stay inspired and stay in the game. Your job every day is to keep these guys, keep these coaches, keep them aware of how to be the best in the game. You're an NCAA All-American. Played in the NFL. You played football all around the world, whether it was in Canada. Um, I know you've played everywhere, so I won't get into that whole list. So, how has all of that taken you to where you are today with your Fit Factory?
Well, great question. Fit Factory has always been a passion of mine since I was a little boy. I had a transition of everything. From I told my mother I was going to play for the Denver Broncos at age 8. That was my favorite team, so that was a blessing to actually be taken by the Denver Broncos. But from there, I always had a plan as a child, from playing, transitioning to teaching, because I didn't have it coming up as a child. I had a lot of things I had to learn on my own, which made me very knowledgeable, but at the same time, had I had someone to guide me in the right path that had already been down the path and ways that they fell short, it would have furthered my career even further. So that's basically what I wanted to do coming up. And Fit Factory was born a little bit early. I wanted to play maybe 1 or 2 more years football, but nonetheless, it's been a blessing. I've been able to help athletes, transition and do very well.
So speaking of helping athletes, one of your biggest clients right now is John Franklin III. Chris just told us so many great things about him and you as well. And JF3 seems to be the next new thing. Transfer from a community college into
Mhm.
Auburn. What has your experience so far been like with him?
Well, I've been working with John since high school. We actually won a state championship together. Me coaching, he was my anchor leg. Um, John's always been a very mature athlete. He's always been. It's easy to work with John. He's a pranker and a goofster at the same time, but he's a hard worker and he's dedicated. So it's a blessing working with him. He reminds me of myself coming up as a child. Thinking I knew everything and and being the guy on campus. It's a heavy crown to wear, but you want to flash it off a lot, and I just try to keep him humble and focused. So it's been it's kind of like correcting some of the places where I fell short in college, where my head was a little too big at times. I keep him humbled and grounded, so it's a good thing. It's more of a brotherhood, a brother type relationship, mentorship.
That's awesome. And I think everyone needs that. No matter who you are, no matter how great you are, everyone needs someone a little bit higher than them to hold your hand and say, hey, don't do this or do that. So the biggest thing that they talk about is his speed and his ability. Very spoken about, but they say there is room for improvement.
Always.
They're also saying he's the fastest quarterback, in the game. Um, how do you feel he has gained all of this, being someone that's so new transferring to Auburn?
He's always had what people don't know about him. He's actually a pass first quarterback, and they think because he's a 4.2 guy at quarterback, automatically he can throw the baseball 96 miles an hour. So he has a rocket arm, and it's all about just maturing his game. And as he's starting to see it and play, people don't know he was up under Winston at Florida State before he went to junior college. So he got to learn there as well. And going to junior college was a humbling experience for him. Junior college is not fun. It's all work, no play. There's not really any girls there. So it was a good thing for him to get that, and it's just it's all coming together for him now. It's long past due. He's a great kid, 4.0 student. He's just an all around good guy. So God is just blessing him now, and he's reaping the benefits of all his hard work and labor.
When you're working with him, what would you say is the most important part of your job to work with him?
Just keeping him focused, and that's on both ends. Because that's like my little brother. It is my little brother. So we often can joke and play, and because we know each other so well that we can get off topic easily and talk about stuff for hours and get away from the workout. So it's all about, okay, it's business now, and as soon as we're done with this, we can catch up on everything else and how things are going. So it's just about remaining focused.
And so remaining focused, it's a huge thing. And I just spoke to Chris about this, but with an athlete with such talent and skill
Mhm.
and the issues in the world of the media and social media today, how do you keep him grounded and maybe level-headed through all of that?
I tell him, I basically let him know that what happened to me along the way. In college, a lot of people don't know I was banned by the NCAA. I actually was suspended by NCAA sanctions. So, and that was right after being cover of Sports Illustrated and everything like that. So I've been on the pedestal. I've been knocked off the pedestal due to decisions that I made early on in my career where I was a knucklehead or I took advantage of being the best player out there in different ways like that. And I let him he feels my pain from those things. It cost me 6 games, which I would take back and play. So it's him getting to see that, and it makes it so he doesn't have to go through it.
What do you see for the future for John Franklin, and what should we as the fans watch for?
Get your popcorn ready. I mean, he's a playmaker. Everything he does on the field, he's a leader. He's not a front runner, a guy that when it gets bad, he tries to point fingers and everything like that. He's not that guy. He's a guy that will take his losses along with his wins. He's going to approach the media with the same smile, same bubbly personality, no matter if he had a 500-yard passing game or he threw 3 interceptions. Don't let him hear that. He doesn't want to hear anything about interceptions. But yeah, the future is very bright for this young man. Sky's the limit. He just has to stay healthy and focused.
So, like a normal workout with him, what does that normally consist of?
It all depends upon the day. We can have a plyometric day to keep him explosive. Speed work day. We're constantly working on his speed. His first 10 is not as strong. He's a very long strided person. So his first 10, which is initial in football, to be able to flush out of pocket. So we work on keeping him fast, keeping him quick. Quarterback, just figure eight drills that work on his footwork as well as keeping his eyes downfield. Um, I just come up with different stuff for him all the time. It's really fun because I just get to come up with a whole bunch of stuff and throw it at him, and he adjusts on the run. So the other day, before he left, we had a avoiding and keeping your eyes downfield drill, and I got to throw like a million little frisbees, like I'm throwing them at his head, at his ankles, at his back, and I give him a pocket, a QB pocket. And with fast quarterbacks, the first thing they think is, oh, he's a runner. So I teach him pocket poise, pocket presence. So I teach him to stay in the pocket. That's what makes Tom Brady so good because he can move a half inch this way, a half inch forward, a half inch back, and avoid sacks while keeping his eyes downfield on his receiver and make that play. Instead of taking off for a 7-yard gain, you can throw a 45-yard touchdown. So I just polished that skill, and the running is going to take care of itself. His first play in spring at Auburn was a 70-yard touchdown run against defense, and the quarterbacks were live. So the running is just, that comes natural. He's just working on the other things.
All right, so Travis, we have a question on the side here. It says, it looks like Travis played for the Broncos. Can you tell us what he's doing now? So if you can real quick just give everyone a little background of what you're doing. Maybe they missed it earlier, but maybe just tell us about Fit Factory and let us know.
Well, Travis is down in South Florida running Fit Factory, turning good athletes to great and great to phenomenal, and just building men for leadership and everything. And I'm letting these guys know that it's not just football or die. It's not just, oh, if I can't play football, it's anything else. I'm teaching them to be well-rounded gentlemen that whether they get to play football or not, that is the way that got them into school to get their education, to be future entrepreneurs, future doctors, lawyers, and everything like that. So I'm down here just trying to make everybody my sons and little brothers and make them go off and be great.
Well, Travis, I think that's phenomenal what you're doing. Like I said before, everyone always needs a helping hand, and I think you're giving more than that. And people are going to be so grateful for you, as I'm sure they already are. But it's just going to continue to grow and maybe bring this league back to the old school football with good people like yourself. So if people want to connect with you, where can they find you or learn more?
For all my videos and everything like that, I can be found on Instagram. It's The Fit Factory, THEE at The Fit Factory. Facebook is Go Fit Factory, and our website is gofitfactoryinc.com. We're all over.
Very cool. Well, thank you everyone for checking out Coach and Player Magazine's first video blog. I'm so excited to be here. Be sure to check back for daily updates, videos, posts, fun people like Travis who are going to change the world for us. We're just here to
And
have
beautiful
fun.
people like Macy.
So, Travis, it's been fun. Thank you very much for joining us. We definitely look forward to having you back. Maybe John Franklin III can join us one time too. We're looking to just have a great time and to watch your success, technically on and off the field. So we're excited to have you as part of the team, and we're excited to be here with everyone else. So thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you.